Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Wanted to talk to you today about DuckDuckGo. I've made quite a few videos in the past about DuckDuckGo, but today I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into why I think DuckDuckGo has a big future in the search industry. So right now, Google controls over 90% of the global search engine market. They've done this through just years of developing their brand and establishing themselves as a high quality product with great results and that reliably finds answers to your questions. But what Google's also done in that process is expand its influence across the internet with its advertising platforms, with its browser, with its mobile operating system. And Google has been able to use all that data it's collected to really improve their search engine. However, I think there's going to be a big shift in the markets, specifically due to Google's kind of control. So although Google's been able to maintain really great products and a super large user base, they have multiple products with over 2 billion users. I think at some point regulators are going to step in. Maybe Google can do some self-regulation. I don't really see that happening, but at some point, Google is not going to be able to hold its monopoly on the search market, just due to some external factor. And I think the best search engine to step up into part of that market's place is DuckDuckGo. You have tools like Yahoo and Bing that I guess some people use, but I just really don't see those tools catching on like DuckDuckGo has. DuckDuckGo already has seen massive growth, and all it takes is one little blip on Google's record. Google could lose control of 100 million users' information, and from there, where do users go? Well, they're going to be concerned about privacy, and since that's the case, they're not going to go to Bing or Yahoo because those search engines are just worse versions of Google. But if they were to move to DuckDuckGo, DuckDuckGo has a long record of standing for privacy. They've donated money to privacy-focused organizations. They've taken different steps to minimize the tracking that they do on their users, which now is virtually nothing. And over time, DuckDuckGo's been able to really compete with Google on the quality of its search results. Now, it's still not as good as Google. And I don't think it ever will be, because Google has all the data about what you've searched for in the past. They know what someone in your demographic group is looking for and which websites you're most likely to click on or go to. And DuckDuckGo doesn't have that information. However, they still have been able to improve their search results, to add new features to their search engine, and I think this is what's going to allow DuckDuckGo to take Google's spot when people decide that they don't want to use Google anymore, or Google gets regulated to where they have to offer an alternative service. And DuckDuckGo has already kind of moved into places where search engines are represented. So Apple's default browser on Mac and iOS, Safari, for a while had a few options for which search engines you could use, and Google, Bing, Yahoo might have been included, but DuckDuckGo wasn't. Well, now DuckDuckGo is. And I think even on Google's products, they're making it easier to use DuckDuckGo so that when government agencies come to them or whatever and say, hey, Google, you're too powerful. Well, they can say, look, we're providing users with the opportunity to use DuckDuckGo. It's available, we don't block it or anything, it's there. And so I think DuckDuckGo and Google will honestly have to work in tandem at some point if DuckDuckGo's growth continues at the rate it's been going. Because if Google doesn't decide to offer an alternative or work with an alternative, then they're going to be hurt in the long run as far as maintaining their large user base on their search engine. So I think DuckDuckGo is a great option for private search engine. I think you should try it out if you haven't used it. I definitely recommend it. If If you don't want to be tracked while you're searching, and if you want pretty good results without all the tracking that Google does, DuckDuckGo is a great option for you. Thanks for watching.